One of the things that really helped me with my borderline was simply distracting myself when things felt really, really bad. This is a thing that comes, I don't know, naturally to a lot of people, especially if you don't really struggle with, you know, things like ADHD. Then you don't really have a problem in finding things to do that occupies your mind and makes you don't worry so much about feelings, simply by the fact you're not thinking about them. You're not thinking about the things that worry you, or at least it is getting distracted. Hence the word. You are occupying your mind with more than the thing that bothers you. It doesn't help in curing you, and without dealing with the problem, well, you're going to struggle. That's the simple fact. But, and this is the interesting thing, I think this helps a lot more people than people with borderline. If you're struggling with crippling depression in general, I think this can help you. I really do. Because if you're at the point where things are really dark, you should really do something, of course, to fix things if it's possible, but it might not be at that very moment. Something could have happened, you know, a relationship could have ended or something like that, some trigger or some sort. And at that point, distractions are good. And I think this comes to, I think this is also the truth if you're struggling with things like anxiety attacks and so on, panic attacks, anything where you can focus your mind on something else. It's probably a good little tool, a little instrument. Now, I remember someone in the comment section wrote you should use meditation. Well, good luck to you if you can. The problem is with my mind and plenty of other people that are struggling with borderline, depression, anxiety attacks, and so on, is that we are not really in control of our mind. Not at that moment, at least. Things are out of control. There's someone else governing the ship. The mutiny I've mentioned 1,000 times by now. And at that point, one of the few tools the captain locked up in his cabin can do is to distract the crew. He can still distract. He doesn't have power, but he can still distract. Now, I know at some point the distraction won't work, and you can also feel so incredibly bad you can't even distract yourself. But I'm convinced that there are plenty of situations where distractions really work for a lot of people that are struggling at that very moment. So, tip I can give everyone: it's okay to just, you know, sit down, watch YouTube, watch a video of something, a movie, a TV series. It is okay to do it at that moment to just ease your mind a bit. It won't help your problems, but it will give you a tool, an instrument to be able to help yourself with the problems. If it is fixable, of course. The therapy you need and so on, the other instruments you need, of course, fixing your life or whatever it is, I don't know. All those things are, of course, the cure. The distraction isn't the cure. I'm not saying that at all. The distraction is the painkiller, maybe. That's a better analogy. It's the painkiller that can make you handle that moment when everything is really, really bad. To use your tools to fix things, whatever they are. Spring is heading towards summer here. It is still quite cold, but the vibe is in the air. Right now, so is also cow dung from that farm up there. But that's the part of country life. It's supposed to be a test of your senses. That's the whole point of the country life. Anyways, this is the Borderline Man. Hope you're doing okay out there. And until the next video, have a good one.